Welcome everybody as we spectate this top ranking trainers in the ranked matches for Charizard today. It's going to be MMNYOD. I believe this was recorded on September 29th. Ladies and gentlemen, we got two defenders on the team. We got our speedster junglers, all-rounder with Charizard. Interesting team comp. It's all just going to depend on how it ends up for them, am I right? Of course, just kind of first off, one thing to say as we hear that ready go and get this match underway. Charizard or Charmander right now has had a little bit of reworking since the mobile patch. When I say mobile patch, it was just when Pokemon Unite did come out for mobile devices as well. They had that patch, and so Seismic Slam, kind of one of the most noteworthy reworkings of Charmander. Actually, I believe increased kind of one of the most notable reworkings for Charizard. I think kind of increased its viability. Now, of course, where Seismic Slam will actually perform the slam before Charizard takes flight. It used to happen more at the end when you would activate it, so that's good again, but also Fire Blast, Fire Punch, I think both had cooldown reductions, and Flamethrower already has a movement speed, but that buff has been increased since that reworking. So of course Charmander sharing the lane right now with Zeraora because obviously we probably don't want two junglers, am I right? So Greninja, our Froakie player, is going to be taking that for the purple squad. Orange sending a Talonflame over there, but of course Squirtle right here for the purple squad, pairing up with Slowpoke, going double defender down there, aren't we? So just to get back to Charizard, this could be basics for some people, but just in case you didn't know, it's a little bit of a steep hill to climb here in the early game right now. Of course Charmander at level 3, a little bit hard to make a lot of things happen when you're Charmander. One thing that's interesting is I believe a lot of MOBA players would have called this orb walking, but Charmander are unique in that its move animation, whenever you're doing basic attacks, you can actually move yourself while doing the attack. You know, a lot of Pokemon in this game are going to stand still whenever they perform a basic attack or otherwise, so this gives you the advantage of really being able to follow your opponents around. Maybe you can just be whittling them down with that damage, and so as such, when you're playing Charizard, a lot of the time you're going for that sustained damage over time. I mean, it's got the burn. A lot of the times you might be running items that boost your basic attack, damage over time, etc. And so you're really waiting to get that level 5, which we are close to right now for Charmander, so we'll see. Of course, after taking out this Apom, gonna evolve into Charmeleon right here. Looks like immediately showing us the first move that they upgraded to, which was Fire Punch, of course. Lucario about to score right here. Did seem to have the score shield, but broken through by that Slowpoke. Nice stop right there. As many know, Lucario oftentimes will chip away at the goals, even just depositing 5, 7, any kind of smaller point values, and getting that experience quickly, getting that HP back, of course. So like we were saying before though, prioritize that farming, of course, when you're Charmander, because right now as Charmeleon does have access to that Fire Punch, could also opt for Flamethrower, and oftentimes you can kind of group up either the wild Pokemon, or if you're in like a team fight, it's really good to kind of hit those groups because many of Charmander or Charizard's moves can hit in that AoE, can hit kind of multiple enemies at once. Definitely interesting character. I played a few rounds as Charizard. It took some getting used to for me. I kind of thought of it was maybe going to be more accessible to a lot of beginning players. Looks like Orange Lucario right here, going to KO streak ×2, and they are going to take out that bottom goal. Right now we got 11 seconds here for Dreadnought to show up, and so it's definitely to your advantage to take down that bottom goal territory. That really is going to disadvantage purple right now, not having access to the berries and a safe spot to heal and all of that. And so I imagine, it looks like at this point Charmeleon may not rotate down for the Dread. It would be a little bit late to do so. You don't always have to, but I think I and many others would consider it a good idea to have rotated earlier on. Looks like a lot of purple is spaced out though. It does not really seem like they are prioritizing that Dreadnought, maybe realizing that it was just completely done. Orange gonna take that, seems like effortlessly almost. We were of course spending most of our efforts here to spectate, of course, the Charmeleon, our focus Pokemon. Doesn't mean we're gonna look at it 100% of the time, but it's just something that I do strive to do, of course, when we do these spectator matches. They're about to take down that Rotom, of course, could have been stolen somewhat easily by that Ivysaur. It was dancing with the petals, and so we are soon to see Charizard, I would imagine. We do have Fire Blast right here paired up with that Fire Punch, so that was the other charge move chosen by our Charmeleon player right now. MMNYOD. I don't know if that's a different way to say your name, Yod, but we of course can't see the items that they're holding. Sometimes you can see certain ones better than others by what they do actually on screen. Greninja actually going to pull off that Unite. We can see Greninja does have a buddy barrier because right when that went up, that Charmeleon also gained a shield. Would have been helpful if maybe it used that time to escape, but no. Did try to take down that Talonflame, who ended up getting the better of them and seems to be escaping, of course, with its life. Sometimes you can put a buddy barrier on Charizard. I'm actually kind of not a fan of that so much. I've heard or seen people run with Energy Amplifier. Once you use that Unite move, it's already going to be boosted damage just natively. That Unite move already has a boost to your basic attacks and things, but Energy Amplifier, that's going to increase the damage of the user user for a short amount of time. So you could see that. Oftentimes muscle band, scope lens, one of these things that's just going to increase your Charizard's damage overall. Again, really good with those move sets to deal damage over time, to keep on just punishing and whittle a foe down with that burn and everything. Going to score that 23 right there. Very nice, because it's going to evolve us to Charizard right here. A lot of action going on screen, so we're kind of seeing which spot really is going to be best for us to spectate. Looks like our Charizard going to move in with that Fire Punch. Not going to get the jump on Eldegoss so much. Whittling it down, though. We do have quite a bit of damage on it. Going to throw out that Fire Blast, which of course slows it down, but now it looks like the rest of Orange is here to help. Getting caught up, and you know, that's a 4v1 almost. I mean, there were a few purples around, but obviously our Charizard kind of left high and dry right here. But we're going to see our first Seismic Slam throwing off into the matchup right here against this Lucario. Very nice juke right there from this Lucario player on the Orange squad. Is going to actually look like, yep, they're going to get taken down right there because of that slowing effect on Fire Blast and all the damage dealt leading up to that. It did look like it was going to get the juke and get the better of Charizard here, but no, it was able to finish that up. Mamoswine going to Ice Fang over and push Charizard back with that damage. Enough to KO it. It's out of there. Close matchup based on score, but it seems that Orange really is positioned for the late game. I mean, they've pushed back Purple a decent bit, but also getting all these KOs and out-leveling them sometimes by 2 levels at this point or more for certain players. I mean, we have a Slowbro here on Purple that's still level 7, unfortunately, so kind of in getting into that territory of being severely underleveled, unfortunately for them. Mamoswine paired with Eldegoss here for the Orange, looking to pick off Greninja and Charizard. Greninja going to pull off that Unite again with the Buddy Barrier. Not going to be enough to save this Charizard. Being a little bit overzealous, is really just staying into that fight when it probably was obvious that it was going to lose. I mean, the Greninja was already bailing on it as well, and so it does look like Orange Venusaur with that 40 looking to stop this. I don't know what was going on with that Slowbro. Maybe it was trying to telekinesis that Venusaur, instead picking up the Lucario player, and Venusaur broke it, and broke it with a lot of points, and so this is really not looking good for Purple now. I mean, the gap is getting wider. Lucario is in a little bit of trouble right there, able to still pull off a KO, and it's looking like more and more of this matchup might come down to the Zapdos fight, and so we'll see what happens then. But Talonflame now going to get the jump on Greninja, and of course Purple Charizard now pulling off that Seismic Slam once again. Very nice, because you can ignore terrain, also get that boosted damage, and of course pull off that slam. Gonna feel the pain upon landing. Charizard is out of there too, and Blastoise gonna get that KO though. After all that damage, really helped out by Charizard in that small skirmish right here. So Purple may be looking to make up a difference a little bit with Blastoise right now, hitting that Rotom. Slowbro right now, again, being underleveled, going up against these level 12s. We got Mamoswine, we have Venusaur, gonna easily outrank it, but also could outplay it, although Slowbro looking to at least last a little bit longer than I would have assumed, and then be taken out of there, but being taken out in style. That skin, that costume is really nice, right? Purple squad pretty much needing to make something happen at this stage. Would be good to get those scores. Of course, Zeraora now gonna drop in that 15, and Charizard gonna break this bottom goal with that 11 right now. Dreadnought is on screen, actually plenty of time to take it out before the Zapdos if you have your squad, and they're gonna get that jump on Talonflame. Now that might be an instance where Orange Talonflame kind of was a little bit overzealous this time, not participating in that squad fight. In fact, getting squad fought, if you want to say that. And so they are gonna burst that Dreadnought right now, so left team finally gonna get that shield and experience. Charizard looks like it's gonna opt to teleport back to base. It wasn't doing that for HP purposes, but looks like, of course, for the super jump advantage to then position itself well for the Zapdos, which is gonna appear here in the final stretch, which we have begun. And so, still taking the benefit of that shield right now from the Dreadnought. Let's see if it can kind of come in and disrupt this team fight right now. This would be a good time for that Unite if it's got the Seismic Slam, which it does. So we're gonna pick up that Talonflame, give it that slam, and now hopefully Charizard gonna bring the pain, ladies and gentlemen, as Blastoise is trying to surf. We're gonna try to spectate a lot of this. A lot can happen in these massive team squad fights right now, and so Blastoise pulling off that Unite, Hydro Typhoon. Charizard looking to take out the Mamoswine player, who is gonna eject out of there, and though Charizard now gonna get that KO streak of 2. Fire Blast on some of these foes. Of course, that's gonna slow him down. We got this Eldegoss right here, who is shielded from the Cotton Guard, taking a lot of damage, burn damage over time. That's gonna be KO streak of 3. This could be turned around if Purple Squad can get the Zapdos. They are whittling it away quickly, actually, bursting that damage. The Lucario coming in. No, the Venusaur from the right side. Orange Squad going to actually steal that Zapdos that Purple desperately needed. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot believe it. Charizard is now going down. That might be it. That might be over. I kind of didn't expect this match to go that way. I was looking at Purple to actually burst that out, and yep, they are going to surrender at that point. I think they knew that was their last hope. All the eggs were in that basket, and unfortunately, those eggs were stolen. It's been real hard to find a Charizard to spectate, ladies and gentlemen, so I do hope to spectate one in the future who's really going to bring that team to victory. victory, most of the time we do see that. You know, whoever we spectate really is just a monster. So be looking forward to those. Please feel free to click an end screen to see a match a little bit more like that if you have the annotations on, and thanks for viewing.